percentage of men cushion the blow of a split by lying? The answer is 33%.
It's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. And all those old lies. You're watching The Right Stuff with Dave Gorman, Gail Porter and Wolford's finest, Charlie Clements. In a little while, does Susan Boyle deserve a Brit Award? How can the 1,000 experts on the Brits panel ignore the awesome talent of this woman? That's what it says on my script anyway, and on the autocue. 0207 173 5555 is the number if you've got something to say. Is Subo simply too uncool for school? Now, just before we get on to dumpings, connected slightly, Keep Britain Tidy have been in touch. They've tweeted us, and they've been watching the programme, really interested in what everyone's been saying. They, too, don't like the idea of a litter tax. They think prevention and education is the way to go. So, great to share that with you. Now, dumping them. Should you always tell the truth and give a proper explanation when you're about to give someone the elbow? Let's just cut straight to the chase here. I'm thinking specifically, you've met someone else, you want to get rid of the one you're with. Would you disclose the fact that you've met somebody else to your soon-to-be ex, or would you keep it close to your chest? Not because you haven't got the bottle or you're a cowardly custard or anything like that, you understand, but to spare their feelings. What, though, if they start asking questions that demand an answer, like, are you having an affair? I did that quite well, didn't I? Are you having an affair? If you're watching Coronation Street last night, you'll know how Molly, the flirt, reacted when she tried to ditch her dim-witted husband, Tyrone. Jimmy Hill! Molly there, proving that women make the best liars, keeping stum about her affair. Don't look at me like that, Gail. OK. Well, keeping stum about her affair with Kevin Webster. Did she do the right thing by sparing Tyrone's feelings, or did she, and this is what obviously it's going to be the case for a soap, did she simply store up trouble for another day? Now then, when Bradley was dumped by Stacey in EastEnders, she wasn't exactly honest about it.
No, she wasn't.
To mention the affair with the other market trader?
Yeah, no, she wasn't at all. No, she lied for a period of time, didn't she?
Yeah.
Sleeping with his dad and
Is this the sole preserve of soap opera? Women lying, do you think?
I think it goes both ways. I think enough men have lied as well.
No.
She dragged it out for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, the reveal was quite spectacular.
What about in real life, Charlie? Do you believe in sparing people's feelings, or do you think it's better to get the whole truth out?
It's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, I've only ever been on the receiving end. I've never dealt it. So,
That
would change. So it's a hard one for me to comment on.
When you get your chance, make sure you really hurt them. Shut up!
I refer you to my earlier comment about letting your personal issues bubble to the surface.
I don't know, really. I think... I mean, obviously there's two sides to it, isn't there? I mean, you'd like to... You think to yourself that, you'd be truthful to someone and say, this is the reason. But at the same time, you don't want to hurt people. So.
But the thing is, you see, when he's asking, and he said at one point, people don't just... they're not just in love one minute and married and then walking out of the relationship the next. There has to be a reason you are having an affair. And you think... that summary is pretty much bang on. And so when she looks back at him, looks him right in the eye and says, no, I'm not, she's actually not only breaking his heart by leaving him, but she's also making him think his entire sense of judgment is doolally, that he can't make the right call. So I actually think lying... I mean, bearing in mind, I think the truth will always out.
Yeah.
So you're just storing up trouble for a later day. You're actually you're increasing the pain.
But then, to a certain degree, if she's saying that and she's not saying it's about anyone else... within himself, he's going to think, right, OK, I wasn't right. And if she comes out and says, no, there's someone else, he's going to feel completely inferior.
Yeah, but when he finds out anyway that it's his boss, his best friend, that's giving her extra portions, I don't like it. Gail?
Since when has Tyrone had a full sense of judgment? I don't know. And also,
he's a lovely boy. He deserves better.
He does. But it's a soap, so they're going to get caught. So if you don't get caught, then... Well, no, I wouldn't do that. I don't know.
Well, you'd tell the truth? You would?
Probably, I would tell the truth. I would tell the truth, but I've never left someone for someone else. I've just gone because I've not been happy.
Right.
So I've always said I'm not happy, and then It's not.
And I hate you.
Yeah, hate you. That's it. I'm going. Smash, smash, smash. No, I don't smash him.
So you never.
No, I've never gone. Yeah, I've never gone from one to somebody else. So I've never had that kind of thing to say I'm having an affair. So because I wouldn't do it.
So you would. So you're.
I would just say I'm unhappy, or.
And if you were in that situation.
Well, I wouldn't be in that situation.
And if you were in that situation?
If I was in that situation and I wasn't on a soap, I don't know what to do because I know I get caught on the soap. Does he get caught?
I don't know, but invariably you do.
Yeah. And I would try my very hardest never ever to be in that situation. I don't intend to ever be in that situation.
That's very admirable, Dave.
I think the nicest way of splitting up with someone would be to do it on live television.
You had that on this.
David Van Day.
Did you see it on this?
No, I didn't.
He did it on this.
No, he didn't.
He did it on this.
David Van Day?
Yeah,
David
you
Van
did it on this
Day.
show, right? And then the next morning, this is the best bit, the next morning everybody gets together in the green room, which in this place actually is green, which is bizarre. So they get together in the green room, and David Van Day was actually flicking through all the newspapers, desperately trying to find the story mentioned. But the newspapers had phoned me up during the afternoon saying, did David Van Day this? And I went, yeah. They said, what do you think? And I said, he's just doing it for publicity. I'd ignore the story. So as he was flicking through, I knew his story wasn't there. Anyway, not content with not getting any publicity for that, he then proposed to her a few days later, and that did make the papers.
You're joking.
No. That's why he's not back on this show anymore.
Nice to know I'm in good company and you choose your guests so carefully. I feel honoured. No, every time that phone rings, I think, yeah, they ask people like the Van Day. Yeah, that's...
It was a mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, darling, I was joking. I made that perfectly clear. I don't know. I mean, the last time I did split up with someone, which hopefully will be the last time I ever split up with someone, it was really easy to tell her the truth, which was just simply, you know, when we were in the pub last night and I found you snogging a man on the stairs. And when you saw that I'd seen you dragged him into the girls' toilets for 40 minutes, that's kind of driving a wedge between us. That was really easy to be honest for me.
Well, honesty's the best policy, isn't it? Let's find out what people say, Kirsty.
Barry's on line one.
Barry, good morning.
Good morning, Michael.
Matthew.
Matthew.
Thank you. Actually, get rid of Barry. I don't want Barry anymore. Let's get someone who knows
We have
my name.
Jan on line two.
OK, who is it? Who is it?
Jan, sorry.
Jan. Yeah. Jan, good morning.
Hello, Matthew.
Oh, my word!
Hello, Matthew.
I'd say just turn... Is ITV off air? Is that what the problem is? So, Jan, come on then. What would you do? Would you be honest?
It's not me. My husband had an affair for 18 months, and I knew. My gut feeling was telling me that he was, and I kept confronting him, and he kept saying, no, no, no. And then I said, near the millennium, if you're going to go, just go now, then we can move on. No, no, everything's fine. 2nd of January, he said, I'm going tomorrow, I need to sort myself out, not seeing anybody. And my gut told me, so I just turned up at the cottage and found him living with this girl. And if he'd have been honest with me and told me straight away, yes, I am, I'd have respected him more. We both could have just moved on.
Why didn't you take the initiative, Jan, and just kick him out of touch?
Well, I did the first time he had the affair. I kicked him out, and then he come back, said it was all OK, so I believed him. And then the second time I got the feeling, that was when I confronted him and said, go tomorrow, and he denied it. And I suppose my gut feeling, not my gut feeling, but I suppose I didn't really want to believe it. I wanted to believe him. But I was so insulted that he insulted my intelligence, because for 18 months I kept saying, I know you're having an affair, tell me. You know, I'd seen all the signs, everything.
What are the signs, by the way?
Well, he said he'd gone on a course and I found his shirt and it stank of perfume.
Right, OK, yeah.
You know, the whole thing, it was just screaming at me that he was.
It's really interesting. Charlie and I were talking about the idea that it's the insult to your intelligence that actually compounds the pain of an affair. You know, dealing with an affair is one thing. To be told that all the suspicions you rightfully had, right, were wrong, because that sort of adds. I think that adds to it. I'm with you, Jan. Thanks
so accurate.
And did you find this was back in the millennium? Did you say?
Yeah.
So and it found someone else since?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Because the divorce was really nasty, and I had to give him money, not the other way about, and so I don't trust men anymore.
How do you feel about David Van Day?
Just to... That is so mean.
I'm sorry.
You should wish that on your worst enemy. Jan, thank you for the call. You're all right, girl. Do we need to slap you about a bit just to bring you back round? You're all right. She's becoming hysterical. Now, after the ads, a short part, a little bit of fun, a little bit more fun. Does Susan Boyle deserve a Brit Award because she's been snubbed this year, despite breaking a string of music biz records? Is this proof that I've been right all along? Just because someone's popular doesn't make it right. Or maybe you think Subo does indeed deserve a prize. 0207 173 5555 is the number, of course. Does Boyle deserve a Brit? Your shout after these ads.
Susan Boyle holds a record for the fastest-selling debut album of all time. Is this true or is it false? Find out in 3.